What is up, YouTube? My name is Adam Wilson and this is Broke Man Finance. During the gold rush, do you know who really got rich? The guy that sold shovels. Now, the modern day gold rush right now is taking place around the world in the form of electric vehicles. There's Workhorse, NIO, Hyliion has got their hybrids. Everyone has heard of Tesla. And there seems to be new companies associated with electric vehicles popping up every single day. Now, each of those companies all have different specialties. They have different technology, different battery systems. Some are making hybrids, but there is one commonality amongst all of them, and that is a goal of not being dependent on fuel. Now, this next company has the opportunity to help make gas stations obsolete. But help us not become obsolete by smashing that like button and subscribing. And make sure to stick around until the very end because I'm going to be throwing a lot of information at you in this video about this company. This is a very interesting play if you're wanting to invest in the EV world, but you just cannot decide which company to go with. Because going with just one specific company and just dumping a lot of money into it is very, very risky. Although with risk comes reward, but again, there is a large risk there. Now, this company puts you in the mix of investing in the EV world without exposing you to just one company. BLNK Charging Stations was founded by Michael Farkas in 2009. They currently have over 29,000 charging locations right now, but I have a feeling they're going to be in much higher demand very, very soon with the uptick of EV and people's interest in it. And it's going to take a lot of infrastructure to get this thing to a level where it is convenient for everybody to have an EV. BLNK is among the biggest owner/operators of charging stations in the United States. Apparently everyone is starting to find out about them because over the past month, they are up over 550%. They trade under the ticker symbol BLNK. As of today, they are trading for approximately $10.50 per share and are still relatively unknown, going by the amount of shareholders on Robinhood at just over 36,000. Up until the end of June, they were trading for around $2.50, a $2 chuck. BLNK Charging is already a leader in nationwide electric vehicle charging equipment and networked EV charging services, enabling EV drivers to easily charge at thousands of locations throughout the United States. They are headquartered in Florida with offices in Arizona and California. BLNK's charging business is designed to accelerate EV adoption across the world. Check this out from the investor presentation. They currently have 5,600 commercial EV charging stations in 40 states, 8,900 residential charging stations deployed, 15,000 plus EV charging stations throughout the US, direct access to growing registered member base of 180,000 plus. Those numbers tell me there is so much growth still there. Only 8,900 residential stations. This company could see huge revenue gains over the next few years. There is so much potential there. Consumers want a green, renewable transportation solution. Governments are passing legislation to ban internal combustion engine vehicles. In 2018, U.S. EV sales were up 81% from 2017. In 2018, global EV sales totaled 2.1 million, up 64% from 2017. There are currently more than 1.2 million electric vehicles in the U.S. The global EV market is expected to grow at a 25.6% CAGR from 2019 to 2026 and is forecasted to reach over $567 billion by 2026. If you don't know what CAGR is, it stands for Compound Annual Growth Rate. By 2025, EV sales are projected to account for 30% of all global vehicle sales. Look at this chart from U.S. electric vehicle sales from 2008 to what it is expected to do by just 2025, just a few years from now. The more EVs that get sold, the better it is for BLNK. It doesn't matter how many companies come out or start changing their current models to EVs. They all work in BLNK's favor. By 2030, it is estimated that they're going to need 16 million charging stations just in the US. That's not including the rest of the world. Right now, we are at 29,000 with BLNK. Say it with me, growth. Look at all of these major brands getting into this market. Ford plans $11 billion investment and introduce 40 electrified vehicles by 2022. Car makers' investment in electric vehicles, $100 billion by 2020. VW, Volkswagen accelerates electric car effort with $40 billion investment. GM is going all electric, ditching gas and diesel powered cars. This is from Porsche's US CEO. We anticipate roughly half of our vehicles sold by 2025 will be plug-in hybrids or battery electric vehicles. The number of electric cars on the road is predicted to expand to 125 million worldwide by 2030. BMW expects electric cars and hybrids to make up 25% of its sales by 2025. This isn't a trend, this isn't a fad, this is the future. Look at all these name brand companies jumping on the bandwagon by either already having Blink in their parking lots or wanting them there. These businesses know that by having Blink at their business, it will bring drivers of electrical vehicles there, hotels, shopping, restaurants. You can charge your car while you eat, shop, sleep, whatever. If I'm on the road, that would help me pick a restaurant or store somewhere I can charge my car while I eat. There is value in convenience. Wherever there is a parking lot and a parking space, there is an opportunity for that business to just an added draw to that location, and it's an added opportunity for Blink. That makes everyone and every business a potential customer. The customer base is as big as you can get for this company. Let's take a look at some of their products because they're not just posting up random charging stations like gas stations around the country. The Blink HQ100 is a charging station for home use. It can even be purchased right now on Amazon for an easy $399. I honestly thought it was going to be more expensive than that. It is a very sleek looking unit and comes with credits if you purchase it. Another charging station for home use is the Level 2 EV charging station. It is said that for every hour charged, it can deliver approximately 60 miles driven. They have European models and emergency charging packs to keep with you wherever you go, like a gas can filled with gas. The Blink DC charging station will be the commercial uses. It is a fast charging system that can take your charge from 0 to 85% in around 30 minutes. Now granted, that is longer than it takes to fill up a tank of gas, but look how much farther you're going to be able to go. Plus, if you're charging the car while you're shopping at Walmart or Target, or eating at Chili's, the Outback, sleeping at the Marriott or Holiday Inn, what difference does it make? Blink Network is a proprietary cloud-based software that operates, maintains, and tracks all of the EV charging stations connected to the network and the associated charging data. Blink Network provides businesses, property owners, property managers, and businesses with cloud-based services that enable the remote monitoring and management of EV charging stations, payment processing, and provides EV drivers with vital EV charger information, including station location, directions, availability, and applicable fees. They've also partnered with Google to make sure if you're on Google Maps and you're looking for somewhere that has a Blink station, it can pull up all the restaurants and all the locations where Blink is at. Blink is generating their revenue through selling electricity through these units, plus the associated fees that come along with it. They are still a growing company with a small cap size of around $326 million. But I believe this company has a big cap potential. As with anything associated with EV right now, it's all speculative. But I do like that they already have a network in place that is working. They've partnered with Google and the maps to be able to find locations where Blink is at, and they already have products out there working and getting sold currently. So that cap size could see some real growth over the next couple years. Now they do have some competition. They're not the only ones in this market. There are private companies out there working on the same thing. There is competition, so the moat isn't completely massive. Although Blink has been around for a lot longer than a lot of these companies that are just now coming into the market. Tesla's probably the most well known with their charging stations. As far as private company goes, I'm going to read some of these off to you. There is EVgo, ChargePoint Inc. that Chevron is currently investing in, Electrify America, Envision Solar, Fastned, which is offered in Europe, primarily in the Netherlands, which who's driving in the Netherlands? They're all riding bicycles. T-Good, they're the largest EV charging station company in China and could provide some real competition to Blink and Tesla in the future. Alphen is another one. I say that to show that there is some competition for Blink, but I believe that with competition makes companies stronger, and spurs innovation. But there is going to be continued competition because the EV charging market is expected to grow by 50% by 2026. But like I mentioned earlier, BLNK has a big jump on a lot of these companies because they've been around for over a decade now. They're also involved with solar, LED lights, green energy storage. Over the next 5 years, the demand for this market is going to be astronomical. And people are going to want continued improvements and in efficiency in these units, speed of charging. We value convenience over a lot of things. We are a culture of right now. We like to be able to search things on Google. We like Amazon delivering stuff in a couple days. We like that we get our news instantaneously, oftentimes through social media, whether it's right or wrong. We like to be able to just look up things on YouTube and have people show us how to do it. So speed and efficiency is going to be a big deal in the innovation of these products in the future. That is going to be an important factor on who comes out on top or who leads the way in EV charging stations, is who can charge my car to 100% in 5 minutes as opposed to 85% in 30 minutes. Who can make things the most convenient? Let me know what you think about BLNK or any other EV charging companies in the comments below. We would love to hear from you. As always, thank you for watching. Hope you liked the video and subscribed, and stay safe. Take care.